Is
Rozzie Lee.
Hi, Rozzie.
Hi, everybody.
You are such an amazing, incredible artist. Oh my goodness! Wow.
Oh, thank you so much. That's so sweet of you.
Yeah. So when I saw you yesterday, you were working on the crane, and that now you're completely done. I can't believe that you're able to finish it that quickly.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, just give me a couple hours and I can finish some art pretty quickly.
Wow. And you're just using? Is it just chalk?
So what I use is chalk.
Okay.
These are professional level grade chalk.
Okay. Yeah.
Eternity Arts is the brand for this particular brand. I really like this maker. He's in Michigan.
Oh.
They're about $1.75 USD a piece.
For one piece of chalk. And is that about the size?
Yeah, that's the size. It's 3 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch.
Oh,
and so when I use them down, they become smaller and smaller.
Yes.
So once as a Canadian, once you factor in shipping, import fees,
and the
it's
dollar.
I think it's $3 to $4 a piece.
Oh my goodness!
So,
wow.
But a color, one stick goes a long way.
It does.
Yeah,
right?
I only need a little bit to get some really great vibrancy.
Nice.
And because I do chalk art a lot, it's worth it for me as a professional artist.
And is it harder to hold as it gets smaller, or is it easier? It's harder. To hold, right?
Because it's so soft, they break very easily.
Once it gets worn down.
Yeah, do you see these little chips of blue?
Okay,
I don't want to throw them out because they're so expensive.
Yes,
so I'll use it and I'll just crush it with my foot or fingers.
To help with add the colors. Okay.
I say this chalk is similar pigment in behavior as makeup in a way because makeup is very powdery and soft.
Yeah.
And I'd say this stuff works similarly.
Oh, that's a really good way to explain it.
It's a way to think about it, yeah. But
so like with the crane, do you start, like, how do you go about doing something like that? Do you first do some sort of an outline?
So my first step is to have the photo reference.
Yes.
And then what I did very loosely, I'm not sure if you can capture it on the camera here, but I just did a very crude grid line.
Yeah.
And as an artist, gridding is a common technique to think of proportions and how to transfer an image. So this is no different, except it's on a very large scale.
It's a huge scale.
Yeah, it's a very large scale.
Oh my goodness.
So in my mind, I figured out from the middle of the bird is about that much, and then that much, and then half of that is this portrait of this bird.
Is that
Yeah. And so then in order to have such a large proportion, that's the hard part about transferring such an image is how you make it proportionate. So I do start with the face. And because that will be the most important part.
Yes,
I do start with the head and the eye and the neck and the beak.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, and even it's not exactly the same. Like if I saw these two birds, I would think that they have different personalities. Like you can see that your passion of the art goes into that. So it is somewhat different than the picture, which is amazing. It's got its own personality.
It does. You do have some varying, of course, it's not exact, but it's nice to work from a photo reference. Because a lot of people, someone actually asked me earlier, did I just make it up from my memory? And when you think of a bird, you can think, a big lump of a loaf for a body and a pointy part for a tail.
Yes,
But I actually really prefer photo reference for image.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so then I know what I'm drawing from.
And the dragonfly I didn't see yesterday. So did you add that? You did the crane first and then you added the dragonfly?
Yeah, the crane was done first.
Okay,
and then the dragonfly was second.
Nice.
I printed a couple images in case I wanted to pick a different position.
Yeah.
And then this one is just to see, it is 4 wings. Because from this photo, you can't actually see very clearly how many wings.
Yes.
It almost looks like maybe 6 pieces. I'm not sure. So I printed, it's a 4-wing creature.
Yeah.
But I only drew 3 because the other one would be like in the background. It's too difficult to draw like kind of layering in that way. I probably could have.
Wow. And about how long, like obviously it depends on the weather and such, but about how long will these be able to how long does it take? Maybe the crane, you said a few hours?
So in 3 hours I did this crane, dragonfly, and the cattails.
Okay, wow.
And then the next day I did this fish. And that took me 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So how long does it last is what I think you might be asking.
And how long, like, so let's say if it didn't rain, or it's Calgary, so I guess it could snow too. If it didn't rain or snow, about how long could this be at the zoo for?
So if it never rained, or snowed, this would last for like 2 months.
Oh, it could.
And I've had pieces at the zoo last for a month and a half, 2 months.
Oh,
as long as no one walks on it and it doesn't get a big downpour.
Yeah.
Because of my technique that I push the chalk into the crevices and pores of the ground, it actually doesn't get blown off too much.
Okay, yeah, because when I saw you doing this, you had a firm press on the concrete.
Yes.
So that's to get the chalk more embedded?
Yes. Oh. And so not a lot of it's floating anymore.
No, yeah.
So wind is another factor of something that takes away chalk drawings, because a lot of the time the powder that's above the ground is what gets pushed away. But see, this is not so, it doesn't come off so much.
No, you can rub it and it's fine.
So this is more into the ground now, so not a lot of it comes off. Some does, of course, but...
Yeah, but overall it's pretty in there.
So if it never rained and no one's walking on it.
Yes.
And here at the zoo, they put stanchions around the drawing. And so people are not walking on it. It'll last like a month and a half, 2 months. Wow.
And you said that your passion initially was kind of in about motorcycles.
Oh.
And then you came into a different kind of a passion with being chalk art.
Well,
so what was that transition
what's all that about?
like?
I used to work in the motorcycle industry for 15 years of my life.
Yes.
So my life was immersed in motorcycling, right?
Oh, okay.
And I did graphic design and marketing.
Yes.
So I actually didn't do fine art for about 8 years of my life, but my background is in drawing and painting. So I did grow up doing a lot of art.
Wow.
So the transition to go back into art became through opportunity.
Okay.
So I had friends asking me, hey, we have someone that, they knew a restaurant looking for an artist to do caricature on the chalkboard or a menu board for somewhere else.
Okay.
And so it was through these asks that I got more opportunity. Yeah. And then it built a portfolio, essentially.
Nice.
And then slowly, as the years went on,
And was it hard to develop that skill specifically with chalk?
Through experience. It is, yeah. No one taught me how to do chalk. It wasn't something that you get a lesson. Someone asked me, where'd you learn to do the art I do now? And it's all through experience.
It is, right? Wow.
Well, you start as a kid just drawing, right? So just transferring images or copying an image is what people use verbiage-wise.
Yes, yes.
I still do it. That's what you do when you're 7 years old. And, but here it's just different, right?
Oh,
and
definitely.
chalk is just another medium. You could be painting, you could be markers, you could be doing watercolors. But to me, it's just being able to draw and use your hand-eye coordination.
And see, I can't imagine how hard this must be on your body. I see that you have knee pads.
I did, yeah.
But I can't imagine your back and they definitely need to pay for free massage therapy for you every day after you do this.
I used to do monthly massage appointments.
Okay, yes.
And then I'm trying to save money now, and I haven't been, but I think I'm suffering a little bit.
Oh, I can't imagine.
The sore spots are my neck.
Yes, yeah.
And my shoulder.
Yeah.
Because I'm often, even when I'm doing murals, I'm in this position and steadiness of the hand.
Okay.
And that strain, I think, is all in here.
Oh, for sure.
And so that's really sore for me.
Yeah.
But from doing the ground art and doing chalking, I'm always like this.
Okay, yes,
and then I get up and down, probably 100 times a day. So a lot of glutes and
to move
thighs
to the different
and
sections.
Calves.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
So I try not to book sessions more than 4 or 5 hours.
Yes, I completely would understand that.
And right now, today is a very overcast day.
Okay.
So the weather is very calm and cool, so that's great.
Yes.
But in the high peak of summer, it could be super hot. So imagine 25 degrees, 30 plus degrees, and you're in the sun.
Yes.
So you have to really consider how hot it is in the direct sun. So you need a tent for shade, maybe, or I use a sun umbrella sometimes.
No, that setup is great to have.
Because of my technique of pushing the chalk into the crevices of the ground, the wind doesn't pick it up too much. Oh, wow. Because normally with chalk, if you ever pay attention, it actually is a lot of pigment floating on top of the surface. Yeah. So when a wind comes over, a lot of it gets blown away, right? Yeah. But so because I push it in there, it's actually quite, not much comes off when you just gently touch it. But if people walked on it, it would be gone very quickly. Yeah. So I've heard, from other drawings I've done, it lasts a month and a half. Oh, wow. It's still there. They can still see it. So I hope the weather stays nice for a while. Yeah. it makes it more, like, you know, the zoo brings me in and, like, you know, I spend so many hours, like, this is like a 9-hour drawing, right? So, like, it's so much more worth my effort if it'll last a month, right? Rather than 2 days. Yeah.
Rozzie Lee is such an incredible artist. The link to her Instagram page as well as her YouTube pages are posted in the description below.